Swadika, thank you so much for joining us on Newsline. We broadcast live on NBT, Radio Thailand FM 88, and also on NB2 World. It's a Tuesday, and the date is December 1st of 2015, and you're with me, Sandra Hanutsaha. Welcome to today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward. Let's have a look at our first story. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha has attended the 2015 United Nations Climate Change Conference in Paris of France. He has tasked relevant agencies with finding ways to further reduce Thailand's greenhouse gas emissions. General Prayut attended the 21st United Nations Climate Change Conference as well as a meeting of the parties to the Kyoto Protocol. The meetings take place from November 30th to December 11th of 2015. In the preliminary meeting in Thailand, the Prime Minister instructed the officials concerned to study ways to further reduce Thailand's greenhouse gas emissions by 25%. Without affecting the operations of the country's industrial sector. At the conference, the Prime Minister reaffirmed Thailand's commitment to addressing the issue of climate change, which poses a major threat to human civilization, and its support for turning the Kyoto Protocol into international law before the end of 2015. Ministry of Interior Deputy Permanent Secretary Suttipong Juntaran says the government has organized various ceremonies to commemorate His Majesty the King's 88th birthday anniversary on December 5th. Several religious ceremonies will be held, including a ceremony to deliver blessings and well wishes to His Majesty the King by representatives from 5 major religions, consisting of Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, Hindu, and Sikh at Sanam Luang. An ordination ceremony for 89 monks aimed at making merit for His Majesty the King will be held from December 1st to 6th at Wat Yanawa. In addition, a campaign to ordain 90 personnel from the Department of Local Administration will take place from December 1st to 18th at Wat Praram 9. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha will preside over an almsgiving ceremony for 199 monks at Sanam Luang. He will be joined by cabinet members, heads of government agencies at the ministerial level, department level, and state enterprise officials. The ceremony will also be attended by the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration executives, various organizations, as well as the public. Meanwhile, on the regional level, all provinces will organize an almsgiving ceremony at their respective city halls and other designated areas. Festivities will also be held abroad to commemorate His Majesty the King's 88th birthday anniversary, with embassies and consulate generals inviting Thais in foreign countries to participate in making merit. The government is inviting the public to join celebrations starting from today onward at the Bangkok National Museum at 6 p.m. Irish Ambassador to Thailand, His Excellency Brendan Rogers, paid a visit to Deputy Prime Minister Prachind Jamtong. The Thai Deputy Premier and the Irish Ambassador discussed bilateral relations and appreciated 40 years of smooth diplomatic ties between the two countries. The Deputy Premier said he was glad that Ireland had opened a permanent embassy in Bangkok, and the Irish envoy hoped that Thailand will consider opening one in Dublin to push forward cooperation between the two countries. The Irish ambassador said Thailand and Ireland have had close relations, especially in education. The Ministry of Education of Thailand and that of Ireland have signed a Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, on educational cooperation in February of 2015. United States Ambassador to Thailand, His Excellency Glenn T. Davies, commented that Thailand is always welcome to join the Trans-Pacific Partnership, or TPP. Mr. Davies said the U.S. and Thailand have been close allies for 9 generations, while Thailand has always played a key role in the Southeast Asian region in all areas, including political, security, economic, and social matters. He added that Thailand has helped with the strengthening of relationships between the U.S. and ASEAN. Meanwhile, he praised the close ties between Thailand and China, which he says will not affect the Thai-U.S. time-honored relations. The U.S. envoy pointed out that the Trans-Pacific Partnership, or TPP, is a top priority agreement concerning a relatively wide range of issues such as labor, environment, and intellectual property. He said Thailand is always welcome to join TPP as one of the participating countries if this country has clearly understood all restrictions. He said Thailand will have full opportunity to negotiate with TPP member countries. The chairman of the Constitution Drafting Commission, or CDC, has resolved the details of the qualifications of future election candidates. CDC Chairman Michai Richupan added that the CDC also concluded that the power to impose a ban on any candidate only is with the court. He added that in the case of party dissolution, executives of the dissolved parties will not be allowed to cast any vote in the next election, but will still be allowed to contest in the poll. The CDC president went on to say that the charter drafters have also discussed in detail about the effect of the vote ban and the ban on running for office. He said when a person is banned from exercising the right to vote, that person will not be allowed to contest in any poll for a certain period of time. A ban on joining any election will be effective for life, but the person will eventually be allowed to cast vote in the election. The Bank for Agriculture and Agricultural Cooperatives, or BAAC, has denied allegations of irregularities and conflicts of interest in its farmers' credit card scheme. National Legislative Assembly, or NLA, member Kittisak Ratana Waraha previously claimed that the credit card itself costs an exorbitant 200 baht and can only be used to purchase agricultural products from Thai agribusiness, which is partially owned by the BAAC, while fertilizers and chemicals can only be purchased from 4 nominated companies. BAAC President Lak Watananawat denied these claims, saying the cards cost 32 baht and can be used to purchase products from 17 companies that were approved by the BAAC. The Farmers Credit Card project started in 2011 and has since gained over 4 million cardholders who are able to use the cards at over 10,000 vendor businesses with a total annual credit of 30 billion baht. A security rehearsal for the Bike for Dad event by the Royal Thai Police is scheduled for December 6th, while participating cyclists are urged to practice regularly. After calling a meeting on the preparation for the Bike for Dad cycling campaign set to take place nationwide on December 11th, National Police Chief Police General Jaktip Chaitinda stated that police are ready to fully rehearse security measures for the event this Sunday, December 6th. He said more than 30,000 security personnel and 1,000 Border Patrol officers will be stationed along the biking routes, confirming the safety of all participants. Deputy Prime Minister Air Chief Marshal Prachin Chantong commented on the final rehearsal in Bangkok, saying the Rama 8 bridge was found to be very steep He expressed concerns for senior citizens taking part in the cycling campaign. Interior Minister General Anupong Paujinda, meanwhile, encouraged all cyclists to practice their skills regularly and avoid changing lanes when going down the bridge to prevent accidents. China's governor led more than 1,000 locals in a Bike for Dad practice as the province gears up for the mass bike ride along its auspicious route. China Governor Kanit Rahong and related authorities led a group of more than 1,000 locals consisting of government heads, officials from the province's bike association, and the general public on a mass practice for the Bike for Dad event. Participants cycled along a route passing historical sites such as the Japraya Dam, Chainat Muni National Museum, Wat Boromathat Warawihan, and Chainat Bird Park. 3 pit stops have been set up for cyclists at the Japraya Dam, the Taluk Municipality, and the Chainat Bird Park. A total of 19,996 people in Chainat Province have registered for the Bike for Dad event, which will be held on December 11th to commemorate His Majesty the King's 88th birthday anniversary, which falls on December 5th. The Metropolitan Police Bureau is devising 5 new solutions to traffic congestion in Bangkok, aiming to yield concrete results within 3 months. According to Acting Metropolitan Police Chief Police Lieutenant General Sanit Mahathawon, 5 urgent measures are being adopted to iron out traffic problems in the capital. They include harsh punishments for motorists who park their vehicles in prohibited areas and street vendors who encroach on road surfaces. There is also a plan to define passenger drop-off zones more clearly. In the meantime, better traffic management will be implemented on both inbound and outbound lanes of 11 interprovincial highways connected to Bangkok, as well as near entrances and exits of expressways. In addition, police commanders and deputy commanders in charge of traffic will be required to oversee traffic flow on site. It is expected that the new measures, effective from December 1st onwards, will help improve the traffic in Bangkok by 60% in the next 3 months. An evaluation will be conducted every 30 days to ensure their effectiveness. And that is the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. It's time for a quick break now, but first here's a look at the exchange rates and also the commodity prices.
To maintain a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. First among them, to uphold the 3 pillars, the nation, religion, and the monarchy.
Welcome to ASEAN, a community comprised of 10 countries, each with its unique culture and history, now unifying to bring added prosperity to the region. For centuries, each country remained independent, but now we are coming together to compete in the 21st century globalized world. ASEAN is bringing together more than 600 million citizens and a total land area of 4.4 million square kilometers, and is providing economic opportunities, trade, travel, and new educational possibilities. The combined GDP of all 10 ASEAN countries comes to a total of $2.4 trillion, which means the ASEAN entity ranks amongst the world's major economic powers. The future is here. Welcome to ASEAN, the community of opportunities. The Southeast Asia region is now becoming one.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. Let's have a look at some ASEAN updates now. Public Relations Department Deputy Director General Jarun Chaisorn presided over the opening ceremony for a media seminar on ASEAN community opportunities and challenges. He said the media must have accurate information on the ASEAN community before it is formalized by the end of this year. According to ASEAN Department Director General Chakrit Siwali, the seminar aimed to make the media see varied opportunities and challenges following the ASEAN integration, which would benefit the ASEAN economy, transportation, and innovation.
We want to impress upon the public that there are many opportunities for them once the ASEAN community comes into being, especially in terms of the reduced or eliminated tariff barriers, the opportunities for professionals in 8 professions to work in other ASEAN countries, the connectivity opportunities, that is the ease of travel, ease of trade in the region. And these are just a few of the opportunities that will be opened up to the general public. And I wish to also note that with the ASEAN Vision 2025 that was also announced at the recent ASEAN Summit in Kuala Lumpur, the ASEAN community will become a community that is rules-based, people-centered, and inclusive. And this is a departure from the past, in that ASEAN will now be more broad-based, will be more responsive to the needs of the public, and it should be able to be more effective in meeting the needs of the people.
Provinces were also discussed by the provincial governor of Sa Kaeo and deputy provincial governors of Tak, Mukdahan, and Songkhla. The seminar was expected to better inform the press and general public about the ASEAN pillars of political security, economic, and socio-cultural communities. And Sa Kaeo has banned the import of poultry after a recent H5N1 avian flu outbreak in Cambodia. The province's public health office has confirmed the detection of the avian flu in Cambodia's Battambang and Siem Reap provinces and has dispatched a team to monitor the potential spread of the disease. Sa Kaeo's local division of veterinary inspection and quarantine has begun spraying disinfectants on transport vehicles traveling along the Cambodian border and in the province's Aranyaprathet district. The province's animal quarantine stations and livestock farms have been instructed to notify the surveillance and rapid response team should they experience significant numbers of deaths in their livestock. Meanwhile, Public Health Minister Dr. Sopon Mekthon confirmed that no cases of the disease have been detected in Thailand at the present time, while all provincial health and livestock development agencies have been told to monitor farms across the country. Thailand itself has not seen an outbreak of avian flu in over 9 years. However, the Ministry of Public Health has issued antiviral drugs to all relevant hospitals as a precautionary measure. The World Health Organization has reported 844 cases of avian flu, resulting in 449 deaths in 16 countries between the year 2003 and November 20th of 2015. In our global stories, Russian Su-34 fighter bombers flew in Syria for the first time with air-to-air missiles for self-defense, according to the Russian Defense Ministry. This comes less than a week after a Turkish F-16 shot down a Russian jet, leading to a nosedive in Russia-Turkish relations. Russian President Vladimir Putin said on Monday that the reason Turkey downed the Russian warplane last week was that it wanted to protect supplies of oil from Islamic State. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan has called claims that Turkey buys oil from Islamic State slander. Putin on Saturday signed a decree imposing economic sanctions on Turkey, while Erdogan has said Turkey will not apologize over the incident. Pope Francis said he believed his next trip would be to Mexico, but warned that he found the visits tiring due to his age. Francis was returning after a 6-day visit to Kenya, Uganda, and the Central African Republic, and said he did feel tired after his journey. However, he clearly wants to continue his visits to other countries, saying he would like to travel to Armenia in 2016. He made an unscheduled stop at the country's only pediatric hospital, where doctors told him that they did not have oxygen and that most of the children there were destined to die of malnutrition or malaria. He sidestepped a question about the church's ban on the use of condoms to stop the spread of HIV/AIDS, saying it was reductive to talk about condoms while African countries were mired in poverty, social injustice, wars, and human trafficking. Mexican authorities will run DNA tests on 2 charred bodies found earlier this week in a camper van about 160 kilometers from where 2 missing Australian surfers were last spotted. Dean Lucas and Adam Coleman, who were in Mexico surfing, were due to travel to the western city of Guadalajara on November 21st, but they did not arrive, according to a message posted on social media site Facebook. An official in Sinaloa's local prosecutor's office said that a burnt-out van that was similar to the pair's was found in Sinaloa State, not far from the Pacific coast, about 200 kilometers south of where they were last seen, and about 716 kilometers north of Guadalajara. The bodies of the Australian tourists were too charged to identify, but Sinaloa State's Attorney General Marco Antonio Higuera Gomez said the vehicle was registered to Coleman. The girlfriends of the 2 men are helping with DNA testing. Mexico's Sinaloa State is the stomping ground for kingpin Joaquin El Chapo Guzman's notorious cartel. That's all we have for you in this edition of Newsline. If you have any comments or suggestions, then do feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can follow us on Facebook by typing in NNT, and do check out our website at timenews.prd.go.th/en. We're going to say goodbye today with footage of the new lighting installation on the Eiffel Tower, coinciding with the International Climate Conference hosted by France. For Newsline, I'm Sian Farhan Utsaha. Have a great day. Sawadee ka.